Truth Serum Nation. Things are moving so fast, I better make sure I don't get a speeding ticket. So, welcome, Truth Serum Nation. Uh, we're just going to keep going at it. Let me put this prop down. Um, I hope this Friday finds everybody uh, safe and well. And it's weekend time. I thought I'd do all these other videos, 8 million videos. I might as well do a Friday night forum, open discussion, and throw some things around. Uh, I put in the title. Well, they saw somebody else on the water tower. There's footage of that. I mean, there's gonna be so many little Scooby snacks and little more puzzle pieces and all these new revelations that are coming there that are, popping up like weeds. So I did that video earlier with Ted Cruz shredding out that Mayorkas, that puppet, another puppet. That's all they are is puppets. And he can't give Ted Cruz a straight answer. So check out all my videos if you can. If you're new here, help me out. Small channel, but I put it out, I pump it out. And if you like me, stay with me. If you don't, drive on. That's all right. It's a smorgasbord. You pick what you want. And so go get a coffee, a drink, hang out with me because this might be a marathon, depending on who I get in here or not. They're showing. Why do I keep saying I don't usually do that because this has got my head twisted. They've been showing all these different things. Now, when Trump, right directly behind Trump, while he's doing that speech, there's a lady in the background with a baseball hat and sunglasses. She looks over at the perch position of the shooter before anything happens. Hey, Mike and Ivan Lore. So she looks over and while everything is going on, she looks over, boom, 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 boom. The shots are being fired, and she's just sitting there, undaunted. Go to Jesse on Fire. He's got a channel, and it's I just found it. I search for everything under the sun, and go to Jesse on Fire, and she's an FBI director or FBI agent sitting right behind, and she's just la-di-da. They start shooting, and she just puts her phone up and starts recording. All chaos. All chaos. She's got a hat on and sunglasses. They identified her, though. And let me get a good shot here. Why? So she could document it to those puppet masters and say, yeah, look, I had a front row seat. They blew his brains out. And after that, they noticed that there was somebody on the other tower. Now, I don't know why they put this is a tower way in the background. And you could see the person on the tower, this water tower, hunched, come around, and then it wouldn't be a who would it be? They had a perch for a shot. It could be a guy for a possible second shooter. Some people are claiming that there were shots that came from a different direction. And there's footage released now, my good people, that there was somebody up there, but God only knows what is being released by people's cameras, and it still isn't going to tell the whole story. They're out to get Trump. And this I hate saying the name, but the Soros and George, I believe he's in his 90s, multi trillionaire, whatever. His son is named Andy Soros, and he posts some interesting things on his page once in a while. A little while before on his page, before the assassination attempt, he posted a picture of a bullet hole in glass and two 20s, a 5, and two 1s, which totals 47. Now, wasn't that Trump's 47th president? Goofy postings. And they had all the data, all the stuff went out today, all the airlines communication, everything went down. Whack. The financial stuff can be affected, and that's too much to dig into when our government does not have in place in the year 2024 computer programs and safety measures and everything else that can stunt something like that happening. To something real. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. And if I was Donald Trump, I would have to eat my food. I'd have to go shoot it in the wild myself and eat it, or grow my own food. I wouldn't trust food, because all of a sudden they're going to say Trump had some ailment, boom, 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 party over. This is getting, these people won't stop. They will not stop at anything. And they're showing, now I really don't like to say that name, Soros, because there's some bad mama jammas. He's been around a million years. And he's got a son, and they rock and roll. And Google them or whatever. So they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop. Mike Ivan, Sad Boy, Maz, David Monk, Friday night. I don't know how far I'm going to go, but we'll get it in. That video I posted earlier, this puppet, Mayorkas, Ted Cruz is asking him very, very relevant questions that our country wants to know about. And all of these trained puppets that work for the globalists, that's all they're trained to say are these traditional answers. Well, I'm not familiar with that. I've been challenging. We're trying to do better. All this rhetoric, the same answers they get in all these committee hearings. They're the same robotic programmed answers that don't make sense. And Ted Cruz is drilling them. There's not many people left that are going to fight for America, the America that we knew, because it's halfway gone already. And this Mayorkas, that's part of the DHS and all those other, they put that lady up there, Cheadle, for her to answer questions. She's just a throwaway. We'll give you a job, blah, 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 blah. And what do all these Biden appointees have in common? What's another common denominator of all these Biden appointees? At some point in time, they worked for BlackRock. I showed you that BlackRock commercial when they were doing a commercial in that high school. Who was sitting in that high school class? The shooter. Just a coincidence? Could just be a coincidence that he happened to be, that was in Pittsburgh, He happened to be in the classroom. It was 2 years ago, and they were doing some goofy thing. Mike, I did a video. I played that hearing today earlier. This is my second video, Mike. I played that. I played Ted Cruz going up and down on this bum Mayorkas. Yeah. Watch the one, either watch the original one on YouTube, but I played it today. It's a complete joke. The guy didn't answer anything, yes or no. Ted Cruz asked 40 questions. Ted Cruz would say, did this happen? Yes or no? Well, we're trying to, no, yes or no? True or false? How about, well, not one answer. This is a joke. These are the people these globalists put in. They hate Donald Trump, and there's nothing going to be made of these hearings. What, they're going to fight? Maybe they might fire Cheadle or something. They don't care anyways. She's just probably an ex-BlackRock employee, just like the rest of the Biden people that will get these positions. They're all one big family. And Donald Trump is the enemy. So, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's down to the point where he's got to be careful about whatever food he eats. Anything's possible. They don't care. They do it in your face now. They do it in your face. They don't care anymore. They don't care. They can impose martial law on the streets anytime and put soldiers in. They can impose that at any time. They don't care. They don't care. Trump's the last line of defense. That's all. So they could keep the same political apparatus that they've had in there that's fleecing America, turn it into a dump, and it's just so they could protect their interests, and they'll go to any extent. They don't care. I'm 61 years old. I'm 61 years old. I'm guessing 2 generations from today, 40, 45 years, this country isn't going to be the same country. It's not going to be the same country. They already got too many corporate interests in our country. They already own land, titled land. Because you had these politicians, career political dinosaurs in Congress, like that Menendez that they just sent to jail, and a million more. You got your Pelosi's that have been against us, Schumer. You got these dinosaurs that have been doing this for decades. You can't just turn it around. If Trump can't win if the Republicans can't win the House and the Senate, don't matter anyways. Trump's got limited power. He can do some things, but they'll be voting on things to the end of time, and they won't have the majority. So take that out the window. So yeah, Trump's the president. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that won't be able, regular, normal, logical stuff that he'd want to get through there that they want to blockade it. They'd win the vote. They can outvote the Republicans. So after the Biden debate, they seen the writing on the wall. They're over there scurrying, and it's a total mess. Complete total mess. I suggest folks, just for interest or curiosity, check out those hearings that they have. Check out the hearings and watch, because see, they have this Madam Chair that gives the senators minutes to ask questions that they never get any answers anyways, just like what I just explained about Mayorkas earlier. But then the chair, because they have they control it, can say, Okay, your time is up. Your time is up. So just when a senator is getting into the nitty gritty of something and possibly get one of them puppets to give an answer, just an answer, if he gets any momentum, and then your time is up. Your time is up. It's a complete joke. That's what you call communism. Communism. The people that represent us are in these hearings, and they want our voice, which Ted Cruz is the best we got. And then when he's muffled in these hearings, it's communism. Because if you watch these hearings, you're going, yay, Ted. All right, we're going to get some answers from Mayorkas. All right, this is what America wants to know. These are the questions that America wants to know. And all you get is this Mayorkas, this puppet, saying the same answer. He didn't answer one question on all these questions that American citizens want to know. He didn't answer one. Ted Cruz said yes or no. It requires one word answer. True or false? True or false? It's one word. He didn't answer one. They're puppets for Biden and the globalists that look what they're doing to our country. Has Joe Biden done any logical policy since he's been in? All they had to do is nothing. Don't do anything, and the country will be fine. Deliberately screwing it up. Very easy stuff that a third or fourth grader could see. We're trying to make common sense and logic of things that are just normal, that would be normal. Hey, Mr. Ruffino, how are you doing, Captain? Joe Ruffino, how you doing, pal? My second uncle told me to go in politics when I was in my 20s, and I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I was educated every year. No, because they're a fraternity. These city councils, they're just fraternities of bull crap. That's all they are. You're not getting these true representations of the citizens. It's a member of these they're just cash grabs. You go on, you get elected. You get elected. All that means is, yeah, now I get my cash grab. Now I get my cash grab. And then you get campaign funds. You get campaign donations, and wow. And then you might be in meetings that can determine whether they put a chemical plant over here. Well, yeah, put that chemical plant over here because the CEO's brother donated $100,000 to my campaign. So yeah, put that chemical plant in over there. It's all you get elected in America. It means cash grab, not for all of them, but for most. It means you hit the lotto. You hit the lotto. So whatever happens in the peripheral and all that, who cares? They're sitting in mansions. They're driving around Maseratis. They're living the high life. Even Menendez, that bum that just got busted, and they're putting him in prison. The senator from New Jersey. He's in his 70s. He's a senator, a dinosaur from the Senate. He's been living large for 50 years. He's also, so he gives a crap. He gives a crap. He's been in the game a long time. He's in his 70s. Who cares now? He succeeded. Oh, he's going to die in prison? Well, who cares at this point in time? So, yeah, what else we got? Yeah. The shooter was actually in a commercial, a BlackRock commercial, a couple years ago, where they were in a high school, and there's a guy talking, and they're talking about education or something, and they're panning on the kids in the room. They're panning on the kids in the room, and you see this kid, the shooter, twice in this promotional video that BlackRock does. There's a lot of people from the BlackRock company that's in and back and forth from the Biden administration. These are just coincidence, because sometimes these higher wealthy companies that have people in positions of this and that. And I think Cheadle, the one that's giving the speeches right now, I think she's an ex-BlackRock. Cheadle, that comes out, she's from the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. I think she's an ex-BlackRocker. Yeah. Dumb as a frog, but put her in there because they need a puppet. They need a puppet. So she could be on the microphone when these things happen. And then Mayorkas and all the other ones. Mayorkas didn't answer one question. It's a fixed game. It's like you're playing a card game and they already fixed the deck. Only one person cared about the fixed deck. That was Donald Trump. He didn't like them dealing from the bottom. He said, hold on. You can't get that one by me. Clean the swamp. I tell you one thing, if he gets elected, he better not come out that much. He better not come out. Be less visible, do the policies, do whatever you got to do. But you ain't seen nothing yet. There's going to be some more Al Bizarro moments coming. They don't even have a candidate yet. The Twilight Zone is just begun. All you've seen in the past couple of weeks is just an introduction. And if they can't win both the House and the Senate, Joe Biden still has a chance to win this election. Let's forget about everything that's happened. They still have that political base over there that no matter what happens, they're going to vote for Joe Biden. It doesn't matter. This election is still going to be a very close election. So just don't think that, oh, well, it's a no-brainer. I might as well not even go out and vote because it's a no-brainer. No. I haven't voted in a million years. I'm going to go vote. Well, I got to register to vote and then vote. But maybe I'll go and say, my name is Juan Santos. I'm an illegal immigrant. Oh, well, come over here. You can vote, Juan. Well, my name's Joseph Monti. Well, no, you got to go back and register. Well, no, I was born here. I was born in 1963, Brooklyn. I'm a citizen. No, you got to go. You got to go register. It might take you a couple weeks. It's going to be too late, so you can't vote for the election. My name is Juan Santos. Oh, come over here. Yeah, you can vote. Come over here. Where you from? Venezuela. Oh, okay. Yeah, come over here. Come over here. That's what's in place right now. They had the SAFE Act. What was the SAFE Act that the Democrats tried to destroy? The SAFE Act was to make sure that all the voters were registered voters. Why would they want to defend illegal aliens voting? Why would they want to defend unregistered illegals? Why would they defend that? You'd think you'd say, well, you got to be a citizen, bro. You got to be a citizen to vote for an election. Duh. Come over here. Go ahead and vote. Go ahead and vote. Joe Biden will put you in the Ritz-Carlton. You could be getting room service. Come on and vote. Biden, he'll put you in He'll put you in the Ritz-Carlton. Don't worry. He get you some loans or a credit. Go get an SUV. You have a nice SUV. You got room service. They're in the embassy suites over here. As we speak, they're in the embassy suites. Getting room service. Don't you think they'll be voting for Biden? They're living better than me. They're living better than me. I went by there. They're hanging laundry and stuff out of the windows on clotheslines. They're hanging laundry out of the like they're in a freaking third world country. God bless them, but you got to survive and everything, and it's political. These people are just trying to survive, of course, but that's what it looks like. Just the same, that's what it looks like. I tried to go over there with my phone because I was driving out that way to show it because they had buses full of more, and I was pulling in to where the roundabout, and a cop come out of the bushes with his car. He said, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" And I put my phone down. I said, "Well, I'm trying to get a room here." "Oh, no. There's no vacancies." "Oh, there's no vacancies? Oh, okay. There's buses over here. People already in there." Surprised I didn't get arrested. Crazy, folks. Completely crazy. It's the sickest time I've never seen a presidency this screwed up ever. A bought and paid politician from the 70s and 80s that he's the puppet for all these globalists. He's their puppet. He makes a good puppet, don't he? Makes a good puppet. And they can do their dirty work all over America with all the appointed members that they appointed. They were behind the scenes. They appointed all them. DHS, FBI, CIA, all the same people that have been going after Donald Trump from day one. So who's investigating the shooting on Donald Trump? The same people that have been trying to put him in jail. This isn't rocket science. This is not rocket science. The same people. Some of those people are from BlackRock. The shooter was in a commercial for BlackRock. Maybe it's just a coincidence. That FBI lady that was sitting right behind Donald Trump when all the fires started, she sat there. She sat there. She wasn't even afraid for her own life. She had a hat on and sunglasses. She sat there. She works for the FBI. It's been proven. It's been gained factual knowledge. And she put her phone up to videotape him. Everybody else is flurrying. Watch it, folks. Watch it. Get down there. She's in the first row. She got a front row seat. She goes like this. Dum-de-dum-dum. Wow, what a sunny day this is. Dum-de-dum-dum. No panic, no nothing. Would she want to take the footage so those demons could watch it? One thing, though, he survived. He survived. But you got to pray to God. You got to pray to Jesus and God that he could protect Donald Trump and God save America. Donald Trump save America. And it was nice that Dana White came on there to promote, because they know. Like Dana White, so powerful with millions and billions of dollars that once you get these globalists in, they could go right to Dana White and strip all his wealth. Strip all his wealth. Anything's possible. That's why that's why he got up there. Hulk got up there. Kid Rock got up there. What are they going to strip me of? What are they going to come strip me of? So I guess we're going to leave it at that. I appreciate it. I was going to do a longer one, but, you know, I pump these out, pump them out, pump them out. Joe Ruffino, good to have you in here, my man. Everything's good. The New York Jets. You're late, Mr. Jets. You missed the other video when I was thanking everybody that supported me and donated. And Elias Barnes, I appreciate that support that you gave me, because I had a list of you guys that come in and help me out. So it's Friday night, and I do these videos all the time. But what I was showing, that video I did earlier, friends, that Ted Cruz was at the hearing, Senate hearing, interviewing Mayorkas and asking him if the border immigration crisis, it was a joke. It was a joke. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? I might as well. I might as well. Let's just hear some of this dialogue, okay? All right. Let's hear some of this. This is Ted Cruz, senator, that sticks up for the country. There's not many. Sticks up for the country. And he's asking this Mayorkas from the DHS, another bum. They've all been going after Trump. Who's the DHS? Who is the DHS in control of? The Secret Service. Oh, there were Secret Service lapses on an attempt on Trump? Oh, geez. What a coincidence. Here's this bum. Now, here's the guy that is the director of that agency. Nobody can stand him. The Republicans or citizens shouldn't, just Democrats shouldn't stand him. And here's the questions. This is Ted Cruz asking that bum questions on the border crisis, okay? Roll them. Try to figure things out, and I'm gonna play Senate, the Senate committee, and Ted Cruz. They're doing a hearing on immigration. This is it. And this Mayorkas is the secretary of the immigration, and he refuses to answer questions. He's in the director role of the Department of Homeland Security. I got a little flabbergasted in my mind. You know, I have a brain injury, but he's one of the top under Sleepy Joe, which we'll see. And it's just part of this. You know, there's only a certain number of people like Donald Trump, Ted Cruz. There's only limited number of people that are fighting for this country. Not many. These hacks, these Joe Biden hacks that don't care to come in and destroy our country. And you're going to love this. It's gone too far. You're going to love it. So I'm going to play. Here it comes. I'm going to play the audio of the hearing. And we'll just listen. Can somebody tell me if you can hear that fine? Because you know I don't have technical attributes. Somebody just tell me if they could hear this. You know, people, you should start to, here's a tidbit. The View, that hack View, the ABC talk show, The View, allegedly they offered Caitlin Clark $1 million to sit in for one episode. She said, nah. Thank you. No. The View, those hacks on ABC, The View, those demons, they offered Caitlin Clark $1 million to sit down. She told them, get screwed. Get screwed. Whoopi and those other rodents. Now here's Ted Cruz asking Mayorkas simple questions about the border. On your mark, get set. I don't want to rub elbows with demons. No, thank you. God bless Caitlin Clark. And Angel Reese, we won't mention her. You already know her story. Here we go. Racist. That Angel Reese, that racist. I know, Elias.
So here's Ted Cruz, the Senate Committee, Illegal Immigration. They got the director, this Mayorkas. Here we go. On your marks, good set, go.
Good morning, Secretary Mayorkas. Good morning. Is there a crisis at our southern border? Senator,
First question, I'm sorry. First question out of the box. Is there a crisis at our southern border? Is there a crisis at our southern border? Fasten your seatbelts. This is like a Looney Tune cartoon, okay?
He asked him a simple question. Is there a crisis at our southern border?
I won't do this.
I guess it requires a yes or no answer.
Sorry.
So that's a yes or no question. Is there a crisis? Senator, there's a very significant challenge. I think your microphone is not on.
He says, Senator, there's a very significant challenge. Let's continue.
There is a very significant challenge that we are facing. Yes or no? Yes. Is there a crisis? I believe I've addressed that question. So you're refusing to answer? Senator, there is a very significant challenge. Will you answer if there's a crisis? Therefore, we are dedicating the resources. Okay, so you're refusing to answer. Well, Secretary Mayorkas, I'll tell you someone who is willing to answer, which is your and President Biden's chief of the Border Patrol in a sworn deposition in July of 2022.
So here's the chief, here's the appointee for the Border Patrol. Biden and this Mayorkas is the guy down there, and this is the statement he makes, because this bum won't answer yes or no questions. This Mayorkas, this embedded bum, part of the Biden clan, and this is what you get, folks.
When asked, would you agree, Chief Ortiz, that the southern border is currently in crisis? Answer, yes. Notice none of those wiggle words, none of that equivocation. One word, one syllable, yes.
Yes or no?
Are you willing to speak with the same clarity as Chief Ortiz? Is there a crisis at our southern border, yes or no? Senator, I'm very proud to work alongside. You refuse to answer. Let me ask.
He asked him, and here goes Mayorkas. Senator, I'm very proud to work. What are you talking about?
And the next question. Has the crisis at our southern border...
Here's another question. Since he can't get him to say yes or no, true or false, here's another question.
Made Americans less safe, yes or no? Senator, we are...
Has the crisis at the southern border made Americans less safe or not? Simple. Let's hear what he has to say. Listen to this gaslight bull crap.
Dedicated to the safety. Has the crisis made Americans less safe? I don't want a
We're dedicated to the safety. You ain't dedicated to nothing. They're letting fentanyl come in. They're letting illegal immigrants come in. They're letting killers come in. What? Senator, we're dedicated to what?
Of course, it's a yes or no question. Senator, we have a challenge of... You refuse to answer the question. Mr. Secretary, let me show you how someone doing his job answers a question in a straightforward manner. Chief Ortiz, is the crisis that is currently ongoing at the southern border making the border less safe for Americans and aliens alike? Answer, yes. One word, one syllable, three letters. That's how someone answers a question and does their job.
Yes.
You're being a politician misleading the American people. Let me give you a chance again. Will you show the same integrity Chief Ortiz shows? Is the crisis at the southern border making Americans less safe? Yes or no?
Simple.
Senator, we have 260,000. You refuse to answer the question.
Senator, we have 200. What is this? These are people that are in control of keeping our country safe.
Move on. And security. Next question, Mr. Mayorkas. Has the crisis made aliens less safe? Yes or no? Senator, we are seeking...
Yes or no?
You won't answer that question either. It is
yes or no?
It's a yes or no. Has it made aliens less safe? Senator, smugglers are exploiting... Has the crisis made aliens, less safe? Are you willing to answer it?
No, he could answer.
Senator, the smuggling organizations... Okay, you're filibustering again. Let me ask you this question. How many migrants have died under President Biden?
Senator,
your phrasing of the question is actually quite misleading. How many migrants died in 2022?
Senator,
At our approaching our southern border? Yes. Precisely why we're seeking to. So you know the answer? Do you know how many died? I do not. You do not. Of course you don't. I know how many died. 853.
The director of the DHS doesn't know how many died, but Senator Cruz knows. It's not even his responsibility or his job duty to know. This bum doesn't even know. And now let's just continue. This Ted Cruz is the man, the myth, the legend. Senator.
153. And by the way, here's the director of Homeland Security. He don't know nothing. Here are the numbers that have died every year. Go back to 1998. You see it's consistently between 300, 400, 300, 400, 300, 400. Suddenly, 2021, what happens? You get in office, and that red line are dead bodies. I've been on the Rio Grande, and I've seen dead bodies floating there who drowned because of your refusal to do your job. You don't even know how many have died. What do you say to the Texas farmers and ranchers who find pregnant ladies dead on their property, who find toddlers dead on their property? What do you say to them? Senator, we have a challenge and we get you this, and we're going to try to build it.
See, that is why precisely we are taking it to the smuggling organization.
But you are not. That is simply not true.
Number two, it is
let me read from the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal 2 weeks ago ran an article entitled, "It's like a graveyard. Record numbers of migrants are dying at the border." The story begins with this chilling line, quote, "Eagle Pass, Texas. Local officials keep a refrigerated truck to hold the bodies of migrants who drown in the currents of the Rio Grande while trying to cross the border into the U.S.
Wow.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent that this article be entered into the record.
Wow.
Let me ask you a different question.
Yeah, try this one. Senator, it's in our belief that we have what about this? Senator, it's in our belief. Puppet. If you want to look up in the dictionary the definition of a puppet, you see a picture of this bum Mayorkas, the Biden puppet, that is under direct orders and rules to not tell this committee anything.
Mayorkas, try this one. How many children have been sexually assaulted by human traffickers under the Biden administration?
Senator, this is precisely why we
I don't want a lecture. It's a question. How many children have been sexually assaulted by human traffickers under your administration?
Answer the question. This is exactly why on January 5th,
do you know how many? Do you know how many children have been sexually assaulted?
This is why
you're going to refuse to answer that question.
Yes or no?
Let's move on. It's obvious you've been instructed to stonewall.
It's obvious that you've been instructed to stonewall. Yes. In other words, do what he's doing. Senator, it's under our challenge and our abilities. What about this? What about that? Senator, it's in our ability. This is sickening. This is sickening. These are Biden's people, not Cruz. The lead of the Harvard debate team, Senator Cruz, that was the head of the Harvard debate team. You got a bum like this and a well-refined, great person, Ted Cruz. I could shred the guy, not even being on the Harvard debate team. I could shred this Mayorkas as well as anybody else. It don't take much, because all he's going to say is, Senator Joe, it's under our belief that we have the resources and
It's obvious that Biden and all them bums have directed him, of course, to just stonewall and not answer anything. But, Senator, it's quite a challenge and this and that. You can't give a yes or no answer. This is just total cover-up and corruption and everything from A to Z. You don't get to stonewall and filibuster. Now, one of my Democratic colleagues before said the Democrat talking point, quote, "This problem didn't start under Biden." Look, I get it. If you're a partisan spinner, you got to. So they're trying to say it started with Trump. Well, let's just draw straws and try to weasel out grab a hold of anything. And well, this didn't start under Biden. So in other words, it started with Trump.
It's
Really, Billy?
It's Trump's
How
fault.
insane these people are. Let's continue.
It's Trump's
Figure
fault.
out something to say about the absolute catastrophe that has played out under the Biden administration. True or false, Secretary Mayorkas, 2020?
True or false, Mayorkas? In 2020, true or false? Let's hear this. Take a guess how he's going to respond, folks. Take a guess how he's going to respond. With a true or false reply? Well, that is true, Senator Cruz. Or that is false, Senator Cruz. Let's hear how he replies.
Was the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. Is that true or false? It is true.
Simple answer. In the year 2020, was it the lowest level of illegal immigration? What? Simple question. True or false?
The lowest level of immigration in many, many years. And what was it? Okay, fine, 2020. What was it, Senator, in 2020 that impacted the entire world, including the United States? Okay, so your testimony is the reason we had the lowest rate was COVID. It had nothing to do with building the wall, nothing to do with any catch and release, nothing to do with Remain in Mexico. With all respect, Mr. Secretary, that answer is laughable. And in fact, if you look at illegal immigration, let's look at,
He's got charts. He's got charts. Ted Cruz doesn't play. Hey, Paul. Ted Cruz does not mess around. These stonewaller hacks that are doing the bidding for this Joe Biden, it's laughable. It's corruption. They should all be in. He's should be in contempt. These are easy facts. These are simple and easy facts. Yes or no, true or false. Senator, it's a challenge to do that.
European counters. You can see 500,000, it drops to the lowest level, and boom, what happens? You show up. And that red line is you. That red line is Joe Biden.
The chart.
And you're claiming nothing happened. Oh, gosh, this was here before us. No. You made the decision to allow this to happen. Let me ask you. We now have over 5.5 million people who've entered this country illegally under Joe Biden. How many murderers have you released into America? Senator, I'm not aware of any murderer. So you don't know?
Senator, I'm not aware of any murderers that have been released into this country.
What?
Tell the victims' families that. Mayorkas, tell the victims' families that.
Senator, let me say something. Do you know? If you take a look at... No, you don't get to give a speech. Do you know how many murderers you released? I'm just trying to answer your question. How many rapists have you released? Senator, I'm trying to answer your question. You can answer, I know or I don't know. Senator,
you don't know.
Individual who poses a public safety threat. How many child molesters have you released? And removed into the United States, from the United States. So your testimony under oath, subject to perjury, is that you have not released any murderers, rapists, or child molesters among the 5.5 million. Is that your testimony? Mr. Chairman, may I have the...
He's saying that within that 5.5 million people, illegals released, this bum is trying to say there wasn't any violent criminals that came in and subsequently committed violent acts. They emptied out the prisons of all these other countries, and this bum is standing there and sitting there and going, no, out of that 5 million, no, not one of them. They were all altar boys. Well, everybody come in was all altar boys. Tell the victims' families of violent crimes that. Tell the victims' families that these people have murdered. We've seen some of them during the Republican convention, and he sits up here with a straight face.
Opportunity. No, you may not. You may answer my question. You're not. Is that your testimony? Yes or no? Senator, you're not allowing me to answer your question. I am allowing you to answer. I'm not allowing you to filibuster. If you take a look at the pace of immigration in 2018 to 2019, you're refusing to answer. Let's move on. Let's move on to gotaways. Gotaways are the people that get away that you know about. Now, what happened under your administration? Gotaways consistently down at this low line. Boom, you get in. And they go from below 180,000 to 600,000. Now, I'll tell you this about a gotaway. You don't know, among those 600,000 a year, you have no idea how many are murderers, correct? That is precise.
Right, they call them gotaways. The ones that just got away, they're in the country, there's over 600,000 of them, and he can't say that they committed crimes. He doesn't know if they committed crimes or not. That's his position on the 600,000 gotaways.
Precisely why the
Correct. Do you know how many of those are murderers?
That is precisely.
So you refuse to answer the question. You know how many are rapists? Do you know how many are rapists? This is a question. You're a lawyer. You know how to answer questions. Of the 600,000, do you know how many of them were rapists?
Senator, this is why.
So again, the answer is no. Let me ask you this. Do you know how many of them are terrorists? And I don't want to, Senator, here's my lecture on this. Do you know how many of the 600,000 gotaways were terrorists? Yes or no?
Senator, we are focused on.
You refuse to answer that as well. What's the result of massive gotaways? Well, one of the results is drug overdoses. And we now have last year over 100,000 overdoses.
Senator,
Who died, the majority from Chinese fentanyl streaming across the border. Now, you told Senator Cornyn you care, but look what has happened under your policy. When you open up the border to the worst illegal immigration in our nation's history, people die. You claim you care.
who cares?
Mr. Secretary,
He cares?
that is a lie. You know, some months ago, Karine Jean-Pierre stood up at a White House briefing and said, people are not just walking across the border. Was she telling the truth?
Senator, you.
That Secretary of State, that Jean-Pierre, the Chia head, there's nobody walking across the border. There's nobody. That voice piece that wrote it. There's nobody crossing the border, blah, 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 this and that. But yeah, okay, let's continue, folks.
Was she telling the truth?
Profoundly disrespectful.
Was she telling the truth?
2 years.
Are there people walking across the border?
You get to answer questions. You don't get to give speeches.
Senator,
Are there people walking across the border? It's a yes or no. Well, Senator, we're creating a challenge and all that. This is what this country is. These are the people under this current administration that are just tanking America. I don't have a problem with immigration. Just do it legally. That's all. We all started off immigrants, our families. Just do it legally.
served as a federal prosecutor.
All right, you're refusing to answer. If you look at, she was lying. And she was not lying on her own. She was lying on behalf of the President of the United States. Now, the photograph, people.
A Biden hack. She was lying. The Secretary of State, of course, she's a Biden
She was
hack.
lying on behalf of the President of the United States. This is a photograph from just one day along the Rio Grande of hundreds of thousands of people.
He's showing a picture of hundreds of thousands of people just walking into America. But his reply, well, Senator, this is just gaslighting and politicking and gibberish, insanity. He's showing the pictures. Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. Exhibit A, Exhibit B, Exhibit C, D, E.
Walking across the border. You have allowed this to happen. The photograph that was before. What are these wristbands?
Wristbands.
I don't know what they are.
You don't know what they are. Mr. Secretary, you have just testified to the American people you're incompetent at your job. Because I've been to the southern border. And if you go to the southern border, along the southern border, you see thousands of these wristbands. Because the illegal immigrants wear them. The drug cartels, every color corresponds to how many thousands of dollars they owe the cartels. You've turned these cartels into multi-billion-dollar criminal organizations. And these are modern-day leg irons, because these are children being sold into sex slavery, and you don't even know what they are. That is astonishing, Mr.
These kids are coming in with these wristbands that are represent which cartels and all this and that they belong to, these young children, and then they're sold into slavery, sex slavery, according to whoever they belong to, and then they have to pay off whatever they owe, and it's just complete. Here's this hack. He doesn't even know what these are. A senator knows what they are. It ain't even his job to know what they are. But here's the guy that's the head of it. Mayorkas. I don't know what those are. Oh, the colors of a rainbow.
Secretary, how many children have been sold into sex slavery under your administration?
Senator, we are taking it to the cartel.
How many children have been sold into sex slavery? Do you know how many children have been sold into sex slavery?
unprecedented degree.
Mr. Secretary, I want to say to you right now, your behavior is disgraceful, and the deaths, the children assaulted, the children raped, they are at your feet, and if you had integrity, you would resign.
Resign.
And I will tell you, the men and women of the Border Patrol, they've never had a political leader undermine them. They despise you, Mr. Secretary, because you're willing to let children be raped to follow political orders. This is a crisis, it's a disgrace, and you won't even admit this human tragedy is a crisis.
Bomb.
Senator Hawley.
Now there's other ones that go on and continue all that, folks.
You see what happens during these hearings? Mayorkas, top honcho in the Director of Homeland Security, Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Mayorkas. He didn't answer one question. He knew what those wristbands are. Joe Biden and those globalists got him in position to say, don't answer one question. That's all. America's stupid. America don't care anyways. America's stupefied. So we can have these hearings until we're blue in the face, and they always gaslight Ted Cruz and Graham and other senators that are fighting for this country, and they got the Madam Chair because they have the majority, and they can shut anybody down at any minute when they're investigating bums like Mayorkas and others that have been in front of these hearings, and they'll just say, your time is up. Hit the gavel. Your time is up. It's a total freaking railroad. It's tragic, and it's a comedy of errors. It's evil, and this is the apparatus in which our government is being run under. This is these people that are put in power that let this craziness persist. They're all under Biden. Sir Drums, how you feeling? I had to do a Friday night thing. I did one earlier, and I actually did that video. Of course, I was playing it, but I did that video earlier. Senator, it's under our belief that... No, I asked you a question, yes or no? Senator, it's under our belief that we are... This is a joke. Yeah. Elias Barnes, this chat room on pause up, stand up Americans and speak up. Yes. Because I'm telling you, the water's under the bridge. It's going to take a lot to get back control of these governmental bodies. It's going to take a lot. These hacks have been in our government for decades. Only one guy stood up to it, Donald Trump. Only one guy stood up to it. Rob, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. Thank you. God bless you and your family. The great Rob B family. You know I'm pumping it out over here, man. I'm the toughest working YouTuber out there. Thank you, sir. Yeah, you got my vote. You got my vote. Actually supplies me with a lot of good stuff that it's actually, God bless you and that beautiful family. It means we are all about the truth in America first. Well, we all know we can spin this and spin it and spin it. And you know what? We've been on this merry-go-round a real long time. 4 years on this merry-go-round, and round it goes. I'm getting a little dizzy. Because how much can they just keep spoon-feeding you? Or when you don't want to get spoon-fed anymore, then they just try to ram it down your throat. And if I'm going to tell you, and this might seem like, I'm 61 years old. Now, I'm going to say this, at least it's on record, whatever, the sky is falling. When these globalists and I'm afraid that I'm little old me. I'm afraid to say their names. When they get a hold of this country, it ain't going to be America as we known it. It ain't going to be the same America. When you want to go to another county or another block, there might be a checkpoint there. Maybe in the year 2042, because it's on its way. China's already here. In case you haven't noticed, China's already here. A small sample of that is just look at the commercials, which they're in, which is a small demographic. It's a small percent of the demographic, but they're already conditioning you to accept that. Because when you're in advertising and you're trying to sell products, you want the people in your commercial to look like the people that are buying your product. So the Chinese and others are in these commercials, and other demographics, they're in these commercials, but they're not the main target demographic that you would be selling it to. It'd be like if you're doing a Coleman Grill fishing pole commercial, well, there really ain't any Chinese that are going fishing on the lakes in America. This is just an example, but you'll see 3 Chinese in the commercial casting out. It's a false representation. They're conditioning you. Look at the sports channels. Female African Americans. The demographic of people that are watching the sports channels are, because there's more Caucasians in the United States than Puerto Rican, black, or any of color or whatever. So it's not a true representation. I want my sports coming from men. I want my sports coming from men. You could call it. Now, there are some women that are knowledgeable on sports and they got their information and everything like that. But there's a lot of white women or Irish, whatever, that have that ability to do that. But they're hacks on ESPN and these other channels, which I don't care listening to. Oh, well, that sounds racist. No, it doesn't sound racist. It ain't racist. It's common sense. It's just common sense. You prefer strawberry ice cream or swirl or this or that. They're defeating. What I'm saying here is, as far as marketing. Now, I've studied in marketing and formulas and strategic, but you don't have to have degrees in this. You try to hit your target. You know, who is most likely going to be buying your goods? So they're fooling the African Americans, who a lot of times don't have a lot of wealth in America, okay? A lot of Afro-Americans don't have a lot, but in all these commercials with these $60,000 cars and all these things, they're fooling the African-Americans like they're living high and mighty off the hog. I'm actually defending them, what I'm saying. So they think that they're living such a good economic standard of living. There's no 40, 50-year-old white guys in those commercials who are buying most of those vehicles. They're buying most of those vehicles. But the people they got in those commercials represent 4 to 7, 10, 9%, 10%. They're just brainwashing. It's in the media. Now the media is politicized because they're conditioning you to look at that. They're in all the commercials. It's all these leaders of universities and everything that are slowly infiltrating you and conditioning you into accepting these bullcrap hacks, and so you could be comfortable and believe in it. Because if you put something in front of somebody for so long, on a loop, psychologically speaking, and how our minds work and everything, sooner or later, someday you'll go, yeah, I believe that. Yeah. You know, after 442 times, yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Hey, Jim, that sounds about right. I believe that bull crap. Joe, I'm Irish and Italians have the greatest culture on the planet. Culture, food, music, and entertainment have earned their place for sure, plus no other group fought for this country. Yes. Yes. I'm not racist. My best friends were black. Well, they should say African American. Well, they call me white. Why is everything so political? Oh, you guys, bull crap. My best friends were black. I'm white. Well, I'm Italian, Caucasian. Well, somebody would say I was white. I don't trip on it. I don't trip on it. Oh, listen, I'm a Caucasian, Italian American. I don't trip. They're indoctrinating these schools and education. How'd this video turn into this? Robert, look what you started, Robert. Look what you started, Robert B. God bless you and your beautiful family. So I think I said enough there. So yeah, check out the other videos. That hearing was thanks to my man there, RB, who gives me a lot of my material. I do search a lot, but this guy, he should run for president. He should run for president. Yes, Kimmy, many black people do not want to be called African American. They say they're black. Yeah. They're trying to tell you how to think. They're trying to tell people how to think. And why? Because then they want to cause division. Well, they said that you shouldn't have said that. And you shouldn't have said this. And this is because CNN News said it. And ABC said it. So, hey, well, I'm 60 years old. I got to stop thinking about the way I talk because this propaganda news said so. Get effed. CNN, ABC, CBS. The View offered Caitlin Clark $1 million. She told him to go get lost. She wouldn't come within a mile from that Whoopi Smokeberg, whatever the hell her name is. Or Joy Bear. Yeah. They want to get Caitlin Clark on The View. You ain't getting no curveballs by Caitlin Clark. She said, get the hell out of here. Get out of here with The View. With The View. All that psychopolitical rhetoric. Psychopolitical whatever. I don't think Sigmund Freud could even classify that psychological state of The View, other programming, CNN, news, all these hacks. Yeah, Goldberg. Their ratings, everything's plummeting. Everything's plummeting. I think Elon Musk wants to buy ABC, allegedly. Just to fire them. Hopefully they can get this media addressed and then political. I don't know. But we still have to enjoy our lives. This is a critical part in our country. This is a critical time in America. Yes, you still have to go out and enjoy. But I'm voting this year because I'm telling you, because there's going to be 4 other illegal immigrants voting for Biden. So I got to try to offset one of them. So I'm registering to vote. I'm going to vote. They don't even have to register. Where were you born, Joe? Well, Brooklyn, New York, 1963. Well, here, you got to go through this process. Hey, where you coming? Where were you born, Juan Santos? I was born in Valenzuela. Come here, step right up and vote. Here, you need a hotel room and room service? We'll set you up over there, too. Come on in and vote. What do you want? We'll put you up in a nice room at the Embassy Suites. You want some room service? Yeah, here, go vote right over here. Here, hit the button 3 or 4 times if you want. Hit it as many times as you want. That's what we're up against, folks. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. So, and poor Trump, it ain't over. He's got to be careful of the food he eats now. This ain't over. This isn't even over by a long shot. This ain't over by a long shot. July 19th, 2024. This isn't over by a long shot. Well, that's easy to say. I hope he can be protected. I hope that he could be protected. Hey, Shna, that little angel. Got a good looking family. Sorry, folks. Sorry, but thank you, Jesus. Thank you. If any of my family's watching, I love you. I love you. Everybody. I love everybody. I love you, Robert. I love you. I love y'all. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? I do all these videos. Then what do I get? They end up with what, 100? I get 100 views. I should be getting millions of views. They stalled me out, though. They stalled me out. Shh. You know who stalled me out. Shh. I don't care. I'm just keep fighting anyways. That's all. Trump said fight, fight, fight. I just keep fighting. That's all. Remember, I was dead for a couple hours. I fought back off of life support. So I'm used to fighting. I'm used to it. I embrace it. I enjoy it. They could do whatever they want. All right, folks. Thank you, Elias. Thank you, Kimmy. Thank you, Paul, coming in, helping me out, keep me company. Sir Drums. All right, my man, Sir Drums. And the New York Jets. Robert Bergiottini. Elias Barnes, the New York Jets. They're the same people. I'm repeating myself. Michael Cadenas. Joe Ruffino, my captain. Captain Joe Ruffino. Sad Boy Maz, thank you. David Monk, thank you. All right, folks. This old man is going to go to bed. No, it's too early. All right. Thank you for everybody that helps me out. And thank you, Robert, my man. God bless you. I don't have a lot of friends out here in the physical world, but I got a good man there. From a beautiful family and a good-spirited guy. So be the kings and queens of your world. Don't give up. Things go crazy. Put up that spiritual armor, because I'm going to tell you, these demons are roaming to and fro. You got to put some spiritual armor on, because you'll get chewed up. You will get chewed up. I don't care what you believe in, but you better believe in something that might protect you from the principalities that are running all over this world. And believe me, I'm an expert on that. We won't get into. I'm an expert on that, okay? Been there, done it. So stay strong. Get your mind, soul, body, and spirit, and rise up. The world is a vampire. It wants that blood. No kidding. God told Satan, you can roam to and fro. Go get who you will get. But my children will know who their father is. I'm preaching now. I'm starting to preach. Don't get me started, because I'll get another cup of coffee and we'll be here till midnight. Don't get me started. So let's keep all that in place. And we got to be aware of things. Don't fear. Have faith. Faith is the opposite of fear. Okay? Do not fear is in the Bible more than any other statement. Do not fear. I know who's on my team. I've been there and done it. So I have fun. I laugh, I already know. But I still got to get my crap together and try to be a good person, which is hard to do. You know, the 10 Commandments and all that. So that's that. Covered a lot of ground. Things are moving real quick in America. Things are moving accelerated pace. Boom, 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 boom. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. You got it, Kimmy. So that's all. We are from royal DNA. Well, that just sounds like a fancy statement, Joe. Keep your eyes and ears open, okay? Keep your eyes and ears open. I got more messages I want to share, but not until I get 2,000 subscribers. Yeah, right. All right, folks, enjoy your weekend. Be safe. Things might be coming at you. Stay strong. You know, the victory is much sweeter when you've been tested by the fire. When you rise up, the victory is sweeter. All right. So that's it. We're going to come back. We're going to keep our eye on these political things that are happening, and we're going to chop them up. Thank you, Mr. Bergio, and your beautiful family. Kiss everybody for me. If my family's watching, kiss everybody for me. I love you all, and I'm fine, and I'm loving life, and I'm enjoying life because I'm blessed. Kimmy, all right, folks. I don't want to say goodbye. I hate saying goodbye to these beautiful people. God bless you, and let the universe bless you. Thank you.